Hello students, welcome to online class of science for class 5th. Our topic is the skeletal system. Students, the first topic in this video is the limbs. In human body, the arms and the legs are commonly called the upper limbs and lower limbs respectively, to include part of the shoulder and hip girdles. Hind limbs. The bones of the legs are called hind limbs. The upper bone of the leg thigh has one long bone which is called femur. Femur is the longest bone in the body. The lower leg has a thin shin bone and calf bone. The ankle is a joint between the foot and leg composed of three separate bones. Students, there are 26 small bones in the ankle and foot. The second one is forelimbs. The bones of the arms are called forelimbs. As you can see, the long bone in upper arm is called humerus. Student, this bone is located between your elbow and your shoulder, and it consists of several parts that allow it to move freely in different directions. The bones of the hand and wrist provide the body with support and flexibility to manipulate objects in many different ways. There are 27 small bones in the wrist and hand. As we have studied, student, that skeleton is hard and rigid, but it can bend and move at places where two bones are joined. So a joint is a place where two or more bones meet. Joints hold our bones together. Every time we walk, sit down or hug someone, we are using our bones, voluntary muscles and joints. Bones are held together at joints by stretchy bands called ligaments. They connect bone to bone, give your joints support and limit their movement. You have ligaments around your knees, ankles, elbows, shoulders and other joints. And remember, stretching or tearing them can make your joints unstable. Next is tendons. So the tendons are strong tissues. It will attach muscles to bones. Tendons and ligaments are both same because they are both made by collagen, but the difference is that ligaments connect one bone to another, whereas tendons connect muscle to bone. Now students, here we are going to study about kinds of joints. So joints are of two kinds. First is immovable joints and the another one is movable joints. First is immovable joints. So these types of joints do not allow the movement of bones. No movement will occur between the bones if there is immovable joint in between. For example, the joints of the skull are immovable joints. Another one is movable joint. There are four types of movable joints. First is hinge joints, ball and socket joint, gliding joint and pivot joint. Students, have you ever noticed the hinge of a door? You might have noticed that hinge allows the door to move only in one direction. So same as we are also having some hinge joints in our body. These joints will allow movement only in one direction, like the hinge of a door. Our knees, elbows, fingers, and toes, these all are example of hinge joints. We can move them only in one direction. Next is a ball and socket joint. So this type of joint will allow backward, forward, sideways and rotating movements. In this joint, the end of one of the bone is round like a ball and it fits into a hollow socket of the other bone. So this joint will allow maximum movement in all directions. For example, we can move our shoulder in all directions like backward, forward, sideways and rotating. And hip joint is also another example of ball and socket joint. This is pivot joint. This joint allows movement sideways and up and down, as you have seen a seesaw. Okay, seesaw is having a single axis around which both the ends will start rotating. So same as in human body also, there is a pivot joints. Okay. In human body, you can find this type of joint between your skull and first two vertebrae. Next is gliding joint. You take two disposable cups and try to slide these cups over each other. You will notice that they can slide very smoothly, as if they are gliding very smoothly without any obstructions. So same, these type of gliding joints are also in our human body. They are gliding over each other. Our wrist and ankles have gliding joint. Now you might have understood that bones provide support for our bodies and they help form our shape. Although they are very light, bones are strong enough to support our body weight. So we should take care of our bones and joints. So first what we have to do is, we all know that bones need regular exercise to stay healthy and in good shape. So please do exercise regularly. You can opt for any of the exercises, whether it is skipping, aerobics, walking. You can opt for any one. Second is, to take a good care of bones and joints, we should maintain a good posture, like correct sitting. Whenever we are sitting, we should maintain a good posture, and what we have to do is, we should keep our feet flat or rest them on either the floor or a footrest, and we should avoid crossing knees or ankles. Maintain a small gap between the back of the knees and the chair, and we should take care of positioning knees at the same height or slightly lower than the hips. And please place your ankles in front of the knees and relax your shoulders. This will be the correct posture while we are sitting. While standing also, we should maintain a correct posture, like stand up straight and tall, keep your shoulders back, pull your stomach in, and try to put weight mostly on the balls of our feet and keep the head leveled. While walking also, we should take care of some points, that is, all time keep your head up whenever we are walking and always focus on standing tall and keep your shoulders down and back. And whenever we are walking, we should swing our arms, and first we should step from heel and then toe. So these are some points we should take care while maintaining a good posture. Now you might have understood the whole chapter. So for homework, you have to learn new words of the chapter and try to find out answers of exercise number 1 and 2 in your textbook. So for now, stay home, stay safe.